our guest today is a 6-foot guard from the University of Iowa, the NCAA all-time Division I scoring leader, the first pick of the WNBA draft, WNBA assist leader, all-star, and 2024 WNBA rookie.
All right, today's guest is a 6-foot guard from the University of Iowa, the NCAA Division I all-time scoring leader, the first pick in the WNBA draft, WNBA assist leader, all-star, and 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year. Stop what you're doing, because Caitlin Clark just defined 2025 in the most remarkable way possible.
The most requested guest in the history of our show, and the Time Magazine Athlete of the Year, Miss Caitlin Clark. Please welcome everyone. Yeah.
The basketball superstar, the queen of clutch, and face of the sport launched the year as the first guest on the New Heights podcast. Yes, Travis and Jason Kelce have welcomed the biggest star in sports today.
Appreciate it. I'm excited. I don't get excited about many things, but this is at the top of my list, so.
We made it. The Kelce brothers wasted no time setting the stage, kicking off the show with their signature humor. Jason and Travis dove.
And Caitlin did not hold back. From jaw-dropping career insights to her mindset. Following this unforgettable season, this interview is loaded with moments that will leave you astounded. 8-year-old, 35. She's the most sought-after guest in the history of our show.
Accolades did we leave off? How many accolades do you have right now at this point, Caitlin?
I think you might have made some up. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure on that. I feel like you're kind of like Wayne Gretzky for basketball right now.
Gretzky.
The amount. If you go to the Wikipedia page and you look at like the list of like awards and achievements, it's like endless. It is. Yeah, we had to limit it to this list just to get the show started.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year, Miss Caitlin Clark. Welcome, everyone. But wait, what are Caitlin's thoughts on the pressure of being a sports icon? What's next for her soaring career? Any
accomplishment, I guess, of all these accolades that has meant the most to you?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. Well, I'd give you the answer my mom would say is probably academic All-American. She was proud of me for being a good student in college. So
that's that answer.
Nobody
Love
talks
that
about
answer
that.
from mom.
What I'm talking about.
I did all right in school, so hung in there. But other than that, I mean, they're all cool, but you don't really care. It kind of just comes with it. It comes with having fun.
And why is everyone talking about that one remark she made about the NBA? 801, so 9. Hang tight, because we're about to unpack it all right here, right now. Are you ready?
Time Athlete of the Year was cool too, just because you see the list of like all the athletes that they've had prior to me, and a lot of those people I idolized growing up, and LeBron's been the only other basketball player, so and it's cool as a woman, like they haven't had many females on the cover too, so for women's sports it's kind of special, but you know, just kind of comes with playing the game and having fun as you go.
Let's dive in. I appreciate it. I'm thrilled. I don't get thrilled about many things, but this was at the top of my list, she exclaimed. The Kelce brothers wasted no time, diving straight into Caitlin's impressive list of achievements, from dominating college basketball to becoming a household name. Year 1, 38. When two NFL superstars joke about how your resume makes theirs look brief.
That's right.
How long have you been a part of the kingdom?
I'm sorry, Jason. Not to
can apologize to me. I'm honorary member.
I'm a Midwest kid, so there's this picture that's been circulating a couple years ago when I was on Peyton Eli's Monday Night Show, where I'm in a full Chiefs outfit. I had family in Kansas City, and I grew up in Des Moines, Iowa, which is only 3 hours from Kansas City. So that's just the closest NFL team. So my dad was a big Chiefs fan.
You know you're exceptional. It's the perfect icebreaker that sets the stage for an interview filled with depth and surprises. How many accolades did we miss? How many do you have at this point, Caitlin? I think you might have invented some.
People think I'm like a bandwagon Chiefs fan. I'm like, no, I was there before Patrick and Travis. Like we were.
I love it.
We were ride or die. So we've been big fans, and now obviously all the success you guys have had has made it a lot of fun for us.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so. I feel like you're kind of like the Wayne Gretzky of basketball right now, she joked.
Was your childhood like?
My brother loved Tony Gonzalez. Like that was
Tony
his guy.
G.
Yeah.
What a guy.
So
He was the chief.
We would go to like one game a year growing up with my cousins down in Kansas City.
That's so
and we
fun.
still try to go. We went to the Christmas Day game last year. I think the year before you might have played on Christmas Eve, maybe. We went to that. We were sitting outside for that one. My toes were like about to fall off. My fingers about to fall off. I don't get how you guys play in that type of weather, but it's fun. And like obviously
we got heaters on the sideline. They let us
Arrowhead. So hopefully I can make it to a Chiefs game here soon. Maybe a playoff game or something. So
I'll tell you what, we punched our ticket, so we're definitely we're gonna at least have. I would assume we at least got one at Arrowhead, but you're invited to them all. So
all right, appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Honorado 2, Piozo 3. If you check her Wikipedia page, the list of awards and achievements seems endless.
It was always a big deal. My dad always had them on, whether we were in the basement, whether we were upstairs. A lot of times my family would be cooking. My mom is like the best chef of all time. So she would oftentimes make really good food while we were watching, but that's what I really looked forward to most on Sundays. You know, there wasn't obviously college sports, but you know, we would be watching the Chiefs and I would be upset if they lost, and I still am. Like every Sunday, that's what, you know, is usually the brightest part of my day is turning on the TV and watching.
Yes, we had to shorten it just to start the show. I appreciate it. And guess what? Jason wasn't exaggerating. She achieved at least 40 records and honors during her senior season at Iowa and shattered an astounding 62 records during her freshman WNBA season. This doesn't even include all her accolades from her first 3 years of college. The list...
Heard you got your first recruiting letter in 7th grade?
Yeah.
Is this true?
Yeah, so at the time, like...
That's insane.
It's insane.
Were you playing
honestly,
with high schoolers at this point?
Yeah, it's honestly sad. Like, where college, like, recruitment has kind of gone. It's just insane. But also...
I got you.
I feel very fortunate. Like, my parents were just, like... They told my older brother, like, go get the mail. Like, we don't want your sister to see that. They, like, wanted me to be in 7th grade
cool.
and, like, enjoy middle school and, like, hang out with your friends. Like, you shouldn't be worrying about where you're going to college.
I love that so much.
Was so long that Wikipedia had to create a separate...
So I didn't really take any visits until, like, after my freshman year of college. And then I didn't decide until my senior year. So I was never in a rush. And my parents did a really good job of, like, make sure, you know, I have a good circle around me. Like, it wasn't always about college recruitment. I wasn't, like, posting my offers. Like, also, that wasn't really a thing when I was growing up, so.
Page for Caitlin's records and achievements. 0236. Is there any accomplishment out of all these accolades that has meant the most to you? Oh gosh, that's a great question.
Now, I mean, it had to be close to when you were growing up. I mean,
Yeah, it was close. Like, people were starting to do it, like, post, like, oh, I got an offer from here. I got an offer from here.
and especially in basketball.
Now it's all you see on social media. It's like only people talk about. It's crazy. But obviously times have changed too. But
Oh, times have changed.
yeah, it's 7th grade was wild. And I was playing up like 2 years. So I was playing with high schoolers. But yeah, I didn't really like think anything of it. Like, I was just going out there and hooping and having fun. And it's kind of just what came with.
Well, I'd give you the answer my mom would say is probably academic All-American. She was proud of me for being a diligent student in college, so that's that answer. Nobody that answer from Mom. I did all right in school, hung in there. But...
Like, you come in as a rookie and like you said, like, you're trying to figure out a new environment, new teammates. Like, you don't want to say too much. You don't want to say too little. And it's just so hard. But like in my scenario, and obviously you guys too, like, you're already highly thought of. Like, people are turning to you to like be something or be someone. So it's hard. Like, you're trying to get your feet wet, but also not do too much. And I think that's kind of what I struggled in early on is like, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how they're going to react.
Other than that, I mean, they're all cool, but you don't really care. It kind of just comes with having fun. Caitlin then shifts gears, bringing a heartfelt moment to the conversation. She shares how her mom is overjoyed about her being named an academic All-American. A title that, to her family...
Not knowing you nailed it.
Yeah.
Well.
But also, like, I had a lot of really good vets around me too. So I feel very grateful for that. And we had a fairly young team too. So like, people had been through it fairly recently, so they knew how I felt. But like, I feel like that definitely is a huge challenge. And that goes for whatever professional sport. Like, you're trying to learn, but also people are looking at you like, you got to perform and like be what they drafted you.
I love Aaliyah Boston pouring into this young rookie. It's supposed to be hard. This is an adjustment period, and Aaliyah making sure that her rookie knows we have your...
means as much as her dominance on the court.
I just wanted to get ahead of it because I know this transition is tough. Just being undrafted and being a rookie, it's very unlikely that a vet, just take you in when you got the same position.
Caitlin explains that all these accolades are simply byproducts of
eardrum popped and ruptured. Ooh. And I knew it right away because I've done it before, and I was just like, it hurts so bad. I don't know if you guys have ever done that, but
I've done it. How did you do it before? Can I guess?
I was guess. It was very Midwestern.
You did it in water. In water. Something
correct.
With water.
I got launched off a tube.
Why did you just get so excited? What are you, some brainiac?
That's how I did mine. I went off the diving board and tried to do as many flips as I could and smack my side of my head in the Heights High School swimming pool.
Putting in the effort and genuinely enjoing the game.
Was a male swim cadet, so he had to.
This wasn't during swim cadet. Don't put me on blast like that, Travis.
That's funny, but yeah, I got launched off a tube in the middle of a lake. I was underwater. I'm like, am I okay?
That's some Midwest stuff right there.
But yeah, so that was my welcome to
breaking records was never her goal. 203.34. But then comes the pinnacle.
I would say I don't know, life-changing maybe?
That's a great one. I think that's
all in a good way. Things just change really fast. As you guys know, that's just how the world works. And especially with social media, people see a lot of your life, but that's what makes it fun and why I've had so many cool opportunities too. So it's crazy. Looking back at a year ago today or around this time, I was just beginning my senior year of college. And obviously, people knew who we were and people attended our games, but it's obviously not on the magnitude that it is now.
Caitlin opens up about what she believes is her most remarkable achievement so far.
So life just changes fast, but that's what makes it fun and cool. And, quickly started a new chapter of my life too, moving here to Indianapolis, and feel lucky I'm still in the Midwest. I know you guys like the Midwest. So
I've been in the Midwest my entire life. Jason's officially an East Coaster now.
Yeah, but Philly of all the East Coast cities kind of has some Midwest feel to it.
It's just the most west.
I don't think Philly wants to hear that. They'll probably hate that I said that, but whatever.
Yeah, they're not going to like that comment. They want to be far from the Midwest.
No doubt.
The Time Athlete of the Year was cool too, just because you see the list of athletes they've had before me, and a lot of those people I idolized growing up. LeBron's been the only other basketball player, and it's cool as a woman, they haven't had many females on the cover too. So for women's sports, it's kind of special. What are your suspicions potentially as to why the NBA ratings would be down?
Honestly, I feel like the average just basketball fan doesn't understand how good NBA players are, and they think it looks like they're not trying. I promise you they're trying. They're just so good. That's why it looks like they're not trying. And obviously the physicality of the league has changed a lot, and I wasn't around when it was much more physical, and maybe people want more beef and physicality, and people think it's gotten soft, but I think that's also because the skill has just changed. And
ever humble, Caitlin gracefully downplays the spotlight.
What's great about basketball, it's always evolving. It's going to be different than when MJ played. It's going to be different in 10 years than it is now. So it's hard for me to put my finger on why it has gone down. And also it's competing against a lot of football right now. You have to take that into consideration. Football is just, that's America's favorite thing. I think people should I love 3-point shooting. I love seeing guys just launch threes, but not everybody loves that. So I don't know.
On her Time Athlete of the Year honor. For her, it's not just a personal accolade, it's a win for women's sports as a whole.
What do you think about a 4-point line?
I love that. Let's do it.
That's actually
a great idea.
Genius. That is genius.
4-point line.
How does the criminal justice major come up with the best marketing plan right here?
Sometimes you just got to open your eyes, Jason. Look at the sheet of paper in front of you.
Or we could get just 2 spots.
Yeah.
What about you're saying that everybody's questioning how physical the game is? What do you think a hockey style fight once a game? Just everybody picks a fighter.
Who doesn't like a
boxing
good
gloves? So
2-minute penalty box, then you can come back in. You don't get ejected.
That's what I'm saying.
All right.
She emphasizes how this recognition highlights the progress being made across the board, from packed arenas to skyrocketing viewership. Caitlin's perspective is clear. It's bigger than her, and that humility is precisely why she continues to be such a beloved figure on and off the court. All right, today's guest is a 6-foot guard from the University of Iowa, the NCAA Division I all-time scoring leader, the first pick in the WNBA draft, WNBA assist leader, All-Star, and 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year. Stop what you're doing, because Caitlin Clark just defined 2025 in the most remarkable way possible.
That's when I loved it. I think it should be East versus West. Like, that's true All-Stars. Like,
No doubt.
East versus West, battle it out.
That's what it was about.
Yeah. So I think that's what it should be, but obviously not the commissioner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on board for East versus West, All-Stars. I think that's the whole point of it. That's why you're an All-Star. It's the best from the East versus the best from the West. Play each other. See which side.
The basketball superstar, the queen of clutch and face of the sport, launched the year as the first guest on the New Heights podcast. Yes, Travis and Jason Kelce have welcomed the biggest star in sports today, and Caitlin did not hold back. From jaw-dropping career insights to her mindset, following this unforgettable season, this interview is loaded with moments that will leave you astounded. That's how long have you been a part of the kingdom? I'm sorry, Jason apologized to me. I'm an honorary member. I'm a Midwest kid. So there's this picture that's been circulating from a couple of years ago when I was on Peyton and Eli's Monday night show, where I'm in a full Chiefs outfit.
I'm not going to lie. I'm not a fan of any of these in-season tournaments that the NBA is doing.
Yeah. I was actually talking about this today.
How are you not? What is there to not be a fan of?
All the funky floors, and then there's tournaments, and they don't mean crap. Can we just play basketball? Can we just play basketball?
I'm getting like a migraine looking at the neon green floor.
They then shift gears and talk about Caitlin's funny golf escapades.
I did.
You hit a person on a tee box. I don't know how you do that.
Okay.
Who would hit a person on a tee box?
Yeah, I know I can relate. Jason, I don't know if you've played in enough pro-ams yet to hit anybody, but
the video that was going viral where I like completely topped it. So it's crazy. Like, we're playing like these long par threes that are like 200 yards. I'm like, I'm not good enough to hit a par three like 200 yards. Like, so I whip out my hybrid. I'm like teeing up my hybrid club. Just top it like straight at a fan to the left.
Been there.
But I think they dodged it
down the third base line.
But I nailed somebody on a different par three, like some woman, like right in the shoulder, like
shoulder.
And I saw a TikTok like the next day, just like black welt on her arm.
Well, that's just how you hit her good. If you just got a black.
I had family in Kansas City, and I grew up in Des Moines, Iowa.
Competitive in golf or basketball?
That's hard. I think like golf makes me more mad because I'm not as good at it. Like I'm just like the average hack, and like you want to be good, like you're competitive, just like basketball or football. Like it's like, why am I not good at this? So, and it's an individual sport, and we're used to team sports. So I think that's what pisses me off too. It's like, it's all on me, and I know it's all my fault. So
I share your pain.
Which is only 3 hours from Kansas City. So, oh yeah, that's just the closest NFL team. So my dad was a big Chiefs fan growing up. The conversation takes a light turn as Caitlin's fandom for the Kansas City Chiefs comes into play. She lights up, talking about her admiration for the team and how she's been following their incredible run since she was a kid. And, of course, with Travis Kelce right there, the banter practically writes itself. People think I'm like a bandwagon Chiefs fan. I'm like, no, I was there before Patrick and Travis. Like we were some. I love it. We were ride or die, so we've been big fans. And now, obviously, all the success you guys have had has made it a lot of fun for us, she adds. From her fondest game memories to the Chiefs' relentless drive, it's clear Caitlin isn't just a basketball phenom. She's a die-hard sports fan through and through. Who was your childhood? Like my brother loved Tony Gonzalez. What a guy, the Chief. We would go to like one game a year growing up with my cousins down in Kansas City, and we still try to go. We went to the Christmas Day game last year. I think the year before you might have played on Christmas Eve. Maybe we went to that. We were sitting outside for that one. My toes were about to fall off, my fingers about to fall off. I don't get how you guys play in that type of weather, but it's fun. And like obviously, we got heaters on the sideline. They let us, arrowheads, not too bad, she recalls. And then comes her big Chiefs fan request to Travis. I got some time, so hopefully I can make it to a Chiefs game here soon. Maybe a playoff game or something. So I'll tell you what, we punched our tickets. So we're definitely going to at least have, I would assume we at least got one at Arrowhead, but, you know, your You're invited to them all. So, all right, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, she concludes. And she's right. Here's Caitlin talking about her Chiefs fandom as a child. No, it was always a big deal. My dad always had them on. Whether we were in the basement, whether we were upstairs, a lot of times my family would be cooking. My mom is like the best chef of all time, so she would oftentimes make really good food while we were watching. But that's what I really looked forward to most on Sundays. You know, there wasn't obviously college sports, but, you know, we would be watching the Chiefs, and I would be upset if they lost, and I still am, like every Sunday. That's what, you know, usually the brightest part of my day is turning on the TV and watching the Chiefs. Caitlin dives into her early basketball journey, recounting how the game has been a constant in her life since day one. She shares stories about playing against boys, her days in middle school, the moments she began to stand out, and then drops a jaw-dropping revelation. She received her first college recruiting letter in 7th grade. Yes, while most kids were worried about middle school drama, Caitlin was already on the radar of major programs.